You're probably wondering why this weird green man is on your screen right now. No, you're not wondering because you already know who he is. Dream, arguably one of the best and most elite Minecraft players ever. From his incredible 100 IQ plays during his famous series Minecraft Manhunt, all the way to one of the biggest content creator collaborations in history, the Dream SMP. But how exactly did he do all of this? For context, a little more than a year ago, Dream had less than 10,000 subscribers and was just your average content creator trying to get ahead in the game. He made content related to things that were popular at the time, like PewDiePie's Survival World and Cursed Minecraft videos. Back then, it would seem normal to see content like that on YouTube since there were so many people who were doing the same. How did Dream stand out amongst the crowd? You see, from the start, he had a much bigger plan to get ahead. This is the story of how Dream mastered the YouTube algorithm and became one of the most successful content creators in history. Let's start from the very beginning, before he even started YouTube. On BadBoyHalo's stream, he explained what motivated him to start YouTube in the first place, and how difficult it was to get ahead in the system.
I went from, like most people, there's this period where it's like awkward and like you're not making money and you're, and like so it's like, why are you wasting your time playing Minecraft? But with me, it was like I went from not doing it at all to then, you know, a week later making decent money from it to the point where like I could live off of it. So I didn't have the awkward period where my parents had the chance to be like, you need to focus on real job or whatever, which I'm sure they probably would do. But also I didn't live with them, so like when I started my YouTube, I moved out, so I moved out.
I remember. But yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like I was always like doing other stuff, so YouTube was never like my only thing. So I never had that like where my parents were like, you need to focus on other things kind of thing either. Which a lot of YouTubers say they go through that kind of experience, especially if they like pursue. I would definitely recommend to people to
Basically, he mentions that he started making content when he moved out of his parents' house, which means there was no one to say no and tell him to focus on other things. Because let's be honest, we all know that parents nowadays would never let their child become a full-time YouTuber and probably just think it's an excuse to spend more time on the computer. But Dream didn't have to experience that. He could make videos whenever he wanted and however often he wanted because there was no one there to stop him. After making his first few videos, Dream wanted to know how YouTube picks content to get recommended to viewers and what it takes to get your content recommended there. On stream, he mentioned that he started researching and learned around 200 books worth of information on how the algorithm worked. With all that knowledge, Dream realized that he had all the tools he needed to form the master plan to get ahead in the game. Little side note here, his plan was complicated, so I'm gonna have to simplify it for you. He would start by making content on the most popular thing at the time, which in this case was PewDiePie's Minecraft world. This way, his video would get suggested to anyone who was interested in PewDiePie. There's this thing concerning your videos which is called impressions. Impressions is how many people come across your video, or maybe just see the thumbnail. To see how much your video is being recommended or featured, you just have to look at your impressions count. If you see that your impressions are going up, then you know that your video is being recommended to a lot of people. This also means that if the viewers find it interesting enough, they will click on the video and watch it through. But that's not the only thing that gets your video recommended. Since then, you could just make a very convincing thumbnail, title, and description, and make the videos about something completely different. That would be unfair. So the YouTube algorithm added another factor to getting your video recommended. That's called audience retention. What that basically means is how long the viewer stays on your video before clicking off and watching someone else's video. The more watch time percentage you have, the more likely it is that your video will get recommended to someone. If the people watching your videos watch it all the way through, it will tell the YouTube algorithm that the video they are watching was interesting. And speaking of which, if you've already made it this far into the video, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. This way you can join me in the battle to beat the YouTube algorithm. It's quick, it's easy, and it's completely free. Anyways, now that you subscribed, let's get back into the video. As Dream realized that his videos were getting recommended a lot more, and a lot of people were subscribing, he moved on to phase 2. He realized that he couldn't devote his entire channel to one trend, since if that trend died, so would his channel. So once he had enough subscribers and his reputation on YouTube recommendation site had built up, he started making original content. This probably was one of the most difficult phases of his plan, since he had to come up with something that would get people's attention, yet still be unique in its own way. He got with his friend GeorgeNotFound, and they started making videos where they try to beat Minecraft while adding a little twist by modding the game. Some of these videos were Minecraft Ultimate Tag, Minecraft Death Swap, and Minecraft Block Shuffle. When he created his first Manhunt video, Minecraft, but my friend tries to stop me, everything went up from there. His channel blew up, gaining over 2 million subscribers in around 10 months. He started doing things like streaming, speedrunning, and even starting his own SMP server called the Dream SMP to play with other YouTubers too. That's when people like TommyInnit, Wilbur Soot, Jay Schlatt all got to collaborate and help each other become better content creators and streamers. The success of the Dream SMP made him and his friends famous, and that's where we stand today. Dream went from being an ordinary beginner content creator to being one of the most successful ones, with probably the fastest growing channel in the history of YouTube, all because he did the research and worked smarter than everyone else to get ahead in the game. Thank you all for watching. I hope you got inspired to become a content creator yourself. Who knows, maybe you could end up like Dream. This was also my first scripted video ever, and I spent a lot of time on it, including the scuffed Skywars gameplay in the background. Anyways, that's all there is, and I'll see you guys again next time.